fighting the Frizzies at 11.
The Incredible Hulk will not be presented this evening.
Just enjoying some Ewok tears in my Star World mug. Any kid that grew up in the late 70s knows Star World. Where do you get such a mug? Who knows? Wait a minute. You can go to the description below and go to my store and not only get a t-shirt, get a mug. Star World mug. Look at this. Who wouldn't want this? I mean, you got C-3PO in a, or is that Darth Vader? You got, yeah, Darth Vader in a dress. You got a fake Obi-Wan Kenobi or mixed with Han Solo. Get the Star World mug now. Or you can get this mug right here. Look at this one. The Creature Cantina backdrop. Oh, we got lots of mugs. You can even get this. Oh no, you can't get this anymore. Not on a shirt or a mug. Thanks, Disney. Been out there for years. Never had a problem. Anyway, go to that Junkman.com, which is now here. Go to the description. Head over to the store. Get some mugs, t-shirts, whatever. So what are we going to talk about today? Well, everyone's favorite subject, the Star Wars Holiday Special. Who doesn't love this, right? And it was made over 40 years ago, so what can we say about it that hasn't already been said to death? Well, I don't think many people's talked about this yet, so I thought it'd be kind of fun. For the 5th Star Wars celebration in 2010, Ralph McQuarrie, who you should know if you're a Star Wars fan, dug out some stuff from his archives. And that batch of stuff was a story treatment for Star Wars The Holiday Special. And it's a lot different than what we got. Now, it's not said who wrote this treatment, but many people believe it was written by George Lucas. And it seems from reading it probably was. Or if he didn't write it himself, it seems like he was in on the storyline. Both Lucas and Gary Kurtz were involved with the Holiday Special. That was until they saw what a horrible mess it was and took their name off of it. But I thought I would tell you the story treatment and see what you think. Is it better than the Star Wars Holiday Special we got? Could it be any worse? Going by the Star Wars Holiday Special we got, I don't even know how you would write that in a story treatment. Wookiees show up in their house. They grunt at each other for 30 minutes. Harvey Korman comes over. People wonder why Tim Conway's not in this. Seems perfect for it. Where's Paul Lynn? That's probably about the only treatment they could have come up with. Oh, and there'll be a cartoon with Boba Fett. Now, my problem with making this video is, how do I do it? Do I just sit here and just read it? And then Lumpy said to Chewbacca, I love you, Daddy. That's boring. I mean, that's more boring than my normal videos. And you don't want to see that, because one thing, I wouldn't be reading it like Lumpy saw his daddy and said. I would be reading it like Lumpy saw his dad, and so you don't want to sit through that. Trust me. So what am I gonna do? I can't just show it on the screen because it's like 5 pages, and that'd get boring too. You're trying to read it. What does that say? Well, I can just put in a link description below, and you can go read it yourself. But then, what's the use of doing YouTube? I can just tweet that out. So after a long decision, which has lasted about 2 to 3 minutes, I decided just to show clips from the Holiday Special, muted, and I'll read over what the story treatment was. That's probably the best we can do. I mean, I can't really think of another way to read a story treatment to you, or just sitting here reading to you. So, if you've never seen the Holiday Special, you'll get a look at it. Hopefully we won't get a claim from Disney or whoever the hell owns this thing now. Who knows, I might get a copyright claim from Bruce Valanche. Might be worth it. Now, where do you see this story treatment? Don't worry, I'll put that in the description below in case you want to read along, or you get tired of hearing my stupid accent or me saying words wrong, because I'm going to say words wrong. I'm going to tell you now that I probably got weird Star Wars words, and I can't even say English words right, so you know I'm going to say some Star Wars made up words wrong. So, in the description below, I'll send you a link where you can go to the website and see them for yourself. So let's not waste any more time. Let's start off with that CBS special logo, then I'll mute it and go right into the reading. Open on the Wookiee household with Malla, Lumpy, and Old Itchy, waiting for the homecoming of Chewie. For one day each year, the galaxy celebrates the spirit of life and brotherhood with a festival. This year, it's the turn of the Wookiee planet to host the celebration, and Chewbacca, as the most noted of the Wookiees, will be the main focus of the festival. As Malla prepares dinner, Lumpy switches through various channels on his wall screen, providing us with some of the above material. Old Itchy enjoys some entertainment on the hologram table. Chewbacca arrives home and he's overjoyed at seeing his family. Han Solo appears on the wall screen to congratulate Chewie on being selected as host of the celebration. He gives us the information that the Empire is not in favor of the festival, but they can't cancel it. It's not illegal, but the Empire would prefer to keep the galaxy split. The more it comes together, the more it helps Rebels' cause. Han mentions the starship Musica, what is nearing the Wookiee planet, with representatives from all the planets. We cut to the starship under the command of a guest star, assisted by R2-D2 and C-3PO. There is confusion on board, due to so many various languages being spoke and so many planets being represented. But basically, all is well as the ship proceeds towards the festival. That's page 1. Starts off a little bit the same with showing the Wookiee planet, but we already got Chewbacca there at the house with the other Wookiees. Han's on a wall screen. But so far the story is completely different. But then again, I don't even know if the holiday special had a story, so anything you say about it is going to be different. Let's look at page 2. In the Wookiee house, the trader arrives with a lot of merchandise Malla and Chewbacca ordered on his last visit, and he also brings along a brand new device, the video book. Lumpy is fascinated by this book and wants to try it out. Part 1 of the animation, to the point where Darth Vader is revealed on screen. Lumpy begs for the video book. Chewbacca, distracted in his thoughts about the festival, seems to be abrupt with his child, pointing out that other families would like to purchase the book right now. Lumpy runs away, and as soon as he is out of the room, Chewbacca gets a video book from the trader for a surprise present for his son at the festival. The trader, who is folksy and kind, isn't quite interested in the festival. First of all, he doesn't have a family, so he has no one to spend the day with. And second, commercialism is prohibited as part of the event, so there's really nothing in it for him. He turns down an invitation to stay and celebrate with the Chewbacca family, preferring instead to keep a sense of distance from the Indians, not getting personally involved with the customers. To relax and clear his mind, Chewbacca puts on the mind evaporator. We follow as it takes him through impressive dream images of what a Wookiee feels is important to his life experience. Wookiees enjoy the beat of rock and roll, and this sequence might feature that type of group. Soon, however, the experience becomes less joyful and becomes more of a nightmare for Chewbacca. Chewie senses that his child Lumpy will be lost and in danger. Pulling himself out of the mind evaporator, he finds that his son is indeed missing from the house. Lumpy's missing! What are we gonna do? Everybody find Lumpy! There is a general concern among the adult Wookiees that the lost child is indeed in peril. Malla, however, in her motherly wisdom, remembers that the boy was fascinated by the video book and may have gone off to the trader's ship. On board the trader's ship, just before it lands on Tatooine, Lumpy is indeed hiding inside. He finds the video book, turns it on to find out how the animated sequence turns out. Second part of the animation, all the way to the end. The trader, just before he lands, hears the noise of the video book and discovers Lumpy on board. He is somewhat perturbed, but decides he'll call Chewbacca when he gets to the cantina, where he intends to spend the holiday drinking with his friends. I don't know about you, but this is pretty exciting. This sounds a lot better than the holiday special we got. Lumpy on Tatooine? Who wouldn't want to see that? Sounds a lot better than what we got. That Grandpa Wookiee pleasuring himself while he watches his VR. In the Wookiee house, Chewie uses the computer terminal in conjunction with the wall screen to find out the galactic coordinates of the trader ship. He and Malla realizes that the ship is headed for Tatooine, but they can't actually find the landing site. At an Imperial base, an Imperial commander is tracking the progress of the starship Musica, and he tells his aides that the ship must not be allowed to reach the Wookiee planet. Someone must go on board and sabotage the ship. A guest star on the show volunteers for the job, and for the guest star, it has Raquel Welch with a question mark. I guess that's who Lucas wanted. Still, no Paul Lynde. I don't know how in the 70s you did a variety show without Paul Lynde. Back at the Wookiee house, Mala suddenly realizes where the traitor is likely to be. She jumps into the environmental transporter, still wearing her apron and carrying a wooden mixing spoon, and takes a ride through space to Tatooine and eventually into the cantina. There, among the loud music and unsavory characters, she spots the traitor. He's having a heavy drinking session with some of his friends, but Mala sees no sign of Lumpy. Eventually, she tracks him down inside the backstage dressing room area, getting an autograph. Forgetting the limitations of the transporter, she gets upset and rushes toward the child, only to walk out of the projecting field and find herself back at home in her own kitchen. Raquel Welch has arrived on board the Starship Musica, and in the midst of the final preparations, she starts flirting with the Starship Commander to gain his confidence. R2 and 3PO see this, and since they are not programmed to know about what she's up to, they tell the Commander they must report it to Luke. The Commander, who was rather enjoying Raquel's attention, reminds them that they know nothing about the ways of a man and a woman. Whew. Hope it doesn't show them. Now that Mala and Chewie know where Lumpy is, Chewie gets the traitor on the wall screen and asks him to bring Lumpy back as soon as possible. The traitor may be a little tight and doesn't want to drive, but agrees to deliver Lumpy to the starship, which is closer, and is headed for the Wookiee planet anyway. And then an interruption signal flashes on the screen. The picture of the traitor is gone and is replaced with a Rebel logo, which announces Princess Leia. She appears, delivering a personal message for the holiday to Chewbacca and his family. Mala, Itchy, and Chewbacca are impressed and pleased by the gesture. Leia switches the signal to Luke, who's on another planet at a Rebel base, who adds his own greeting and warning. He has heard from R2-D2 and C-3PO that someone may be afoot on the Starship Musica, so be careful. On board the starship, something indeed is afoot. Raquel Welch, under the gesture of telling Lumpy a story, with dancing and gestures about what drives a starship, dancing her way into the power supply room and screwing up everything. R2-D2 and C-3PO have been following her, and they quickly call Chewbacca, who is the only one who can possibly pilot the crippled starship. Chewbacca leaves home, shuttles to the starship, which by now is very close to the Wookiee planet anyway, and takes over the controls. Suddenly, Han Solo appears on the control screen, expressing his trust in Chewbacca's ability to get the ship down safely. And indeed, Chewbacca does bring the huge ship and its precious cargo to a perfect landing on the Wookiee planet. The festival follows, and Chewbacca gets even more honors. Even the traitor points out that Chewbacca has given the galaxy the greatest gift of all, his own talent, courage, and determination. There's great cheering for Chewbacca, and everyone enjoys the final expression of the holiday spirit of the entire galaxy. Whew, that's a lot to read. So what do you think? Does this sound better than the holiday special we got? And here's something else. When Lucas was talking to the writers about the holiday special, he let them know that Han Solo was married to a Wookiee. I don't think that's canon, and I think it's pretty dumb. But let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this? Does this sound a little bit better than the holiday special? I'm not saying it would have been great, but at least seems like it's a story that you could follow. I'm guessing this here would have been a little harder to make, with the flying around and going to Tatooine and everything, but maybe not. Anyway, let me know in the comments below what you think about this story treatment. Well, until the next video, as always, please thumb up this one so I know you like my content, subscribe to the channel, and we'll talk again.
Wonder Woman starring Linda Carter and Incredible Hulk starring Bill Bixby will return at their regular times next Friday evening on most of these stations.
Junkman.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.
Fighting the Frizzies at 11.